This is Korean Toast! So we are back again with Jinwoo.
Jinwoo! So how are you doing?
These days in Korea,
The doctor.
Yeah.
Is it about...
the
Okay. So it's a bad situation for you?
yeah, it's a bad situation for the medical students and the doctor. So
Oh.
for me, I'm a medical student, so now I'm not going to the school.
So you're taking a break.
Yeah, taking a break for the doctor's rights.
It's part of the strike.
Yes.
So in Korea, there's a election for parties in a few months.
In just a couple of months.
So it's one of the big issues, like the
Right.
doctors and the government.
So we all have a stance on some policy,
Yeah.
right? And same as India.
Yeah.
The largest election is going to be held in India. It's basically the largest election in the world, right?
Yeah.
Because
Because
in
the people.
China. But anyway, India has a large population, right?
So it's going to be held in this year.
And yeah, it's known as the largest democratic
Yeah.
nation as well as the largest election, right?
So what are we watching?
So today we're gonna watch how India runs the world's biggest election.
So it's a video about how the election is done. So we want to know more about this, right?
Yeah. Because so it's a citizen's right as well as their duty to vote,
Yeah.
right? Doctor's right, student's right, or any policy regarding your situation.
Workers'
life, or whether you're not worker student, doesn't matter. So let's watch this and then let's see
Yep.
how.
I really want to know more about Indian politics.
That's right. Really?
I'm very curious about how the India has the world's biggest population,
Oh,
and I'm curious about how they vote.
okay.
I don't think this will cover how they are the biggest population, but let's see how they cover the election voting process. Right?
I don't think it's like the direct. Let's see. Okay. Could be
I-
like indirect, direct.
I think it's direct.
Really?
Yeah, they have some paper.
So you count
Yeah.
1 billion? Really?
But there are 1 billion people anyway, so
Okay, let's watch.
let's see. Okay, let's go.
Oh.
The world's biggest democracy just had an election.
Biggest democracy.
Biggest democratic election, marathon election.
Marathon. Okay, so it was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Last election of
Yeah.
India, right?
In 2019.
And Modi's party won,
Population was eligible
supposedly.
to vote in this election.
8th. Okay. Really?
100 million.
Oh my god.
But this isn't a video about Indian politics.
Yeah, it's not about politics.
Before
Yeah.
India's people can even cast their vote, the election needs to come to them.
That's right.
Polling stations need to be set up wherever people live.
Wow.
And in one of the largest
Exactly.
and most populous countries in the world.
Because it is their right
An easy task.
Yeah.
as well as their duty.
It's a
India has
democracy.
reached
That means the country must establish the polling station so that everyone can vote, whether you're living in a city or
Yeah.
most rural area.
Rural areas.
Yeah.
They want every Indian citizen to
Oh, I know this guy. He's a YouTuber.
a voting station.
2 kilometers.
That's only about 25 city blocks, no matter where you are in the country. It's an incredibly ambitious goal.
2 kilometers. It's not that long distance, right?
This is the
It
But
takes
the-
you 30 minutes to walk, right?
and I wanted to know.
So in 30-minute walking distance, there must be a polling station. This is big.
Then there will be almost thousands of voting stations.
I think more than that.
Thousands? I think hundreds of thousands.
Oh.
That's
Right?
crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. How do you
Every
count?
election, a team of government officials and
Let's see.
security forces get on a boat in the east of India to take off towards this island.
Island.
Whoa.
Gormara.
Why?
Because
Travel
2
about
kilometers.
100 kilometers to get
Oh.
there, all to securely deliver these electronic voting machines.
Ah.
EVMs, the instrument that logs India's votes, the heart of this elaborate election process.
Okay.
India has 2.3 million voting machines for its 900 million voters.
Wow.
So getting these machines
2.3 million
Machines.
That means 2.3 million voting
It
stations,
was not
right?
thousands.
Oh my god.
Obviously not.
Machine.
Instead, it's closer to an election month with multiple phases that last weeks. This process takes more than 11 elections.
In various phases. Because the worker is limited. That means the people
They have
who are
to travel.
working, they have to travel
Travel
all
all
around
around
the
the
world.
Wow.
Areas where the majority of Indians live.
Wow. I think it's the biggest project in the world.
That's right.
Officials pile onto bike carts and head towards the polling station.
Yeah, the traveling must be hard. Because some place, the transportation will be very weak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there might not be like electricity
Mm.
in some areas.
Of course. So they find a place and then I love his t-shirt. Yeah,
Wow, it's good that democracy is practiced like this.
that's right. So they're voting or preparing for voting station.
On election day, voters line up.
Oh, there's even an
to
army.
vote
Okay.
And get their fingers inked to prevent double voting.
Oh, okay.
So it's a direct
This
election.
is where the process ends for the voters. But for the election officials, this is just the beginning.
Wow.
Driving a boat out to a remote island is just one of many ways that officials reach
They
everyone.
look so tired.
Okay. I hope that they get some break after this. Holiday.
Once the voting is over. Yeah. Elephant.
Wow.
Yeah, the Himalayas. I mean,
Yeah.
they mean they have to hike.
They're walking.
Helicopters,
Yeah.
trains, they even use camels. But what makes India's elections so impressive isn't just how they reach everyone in such a big country. That's just half the battle. It's also the ways they try to include voters of all backgrounds. in
Uh-huh.
That's important.
The
Yeah.
challenge that has been a part of India's elections since the
Because you need to make them vote.
India has
Yeah.
22
Right.
official languages
That's right.
and hundreds of dialects. And when India became an independent nation, less than a quarter of the population
Uh-huh. Okay.
The newly formed Election Commission of India created a range of symbols to correspond
Ah,
to
okay.
like
So
an
that
elephant,
it doesn't have to.
Mm.
Communist Party of India.
so that from the beginning, all people, regardless of literacy level and language, could vote with
Ah, that's really
Yeah,
great.
they have a-
Yeah.
Since 1947,
Good history of democracy.
Mhm.
Just like Korea, right?
Yeah.
So these symbols are still useful to many when casting.
That's great. That's great. There are so many languages, right?
This is
In Korea, you just need to use Korean language,
Mm.
but it's different case in India
pretty
because the cultural diversity is just too big.
allegations of election rigging
Much bigger than Korea.
problems with a practice called booth capture, where gangs actually
Oh my god.
Ah.
tamper with the elections. It's partly because of these problems that the commission
I
introduced
was wondering
these
about
voting
this.
machines.
Like
Ah.
the safety of
Yeah.
their.
It also increased security around the elections.
Oh, yeah.
Has to be
The
guarded.
military or
These efforts
something.
to include all voters and protect elections seem to be working. In 2019, India saw the highest voter turnout yet. And for the first time, women voted just as much as men.
Wait, there's 67% voting?
Oh,
Because in Korea,
it's less than that.
40-50% around.
50, 60.
Something like that.
Elections are
Okay.
only getting bigger and more
I mean,
complicated.
given the population.
That's right.
Fastest-growing populations in the world.
It means people are very much interested in
Yeah.
the politics.
Yeah.
More than a third of the country.
I voted for the first time since turning 18, and this is my indelible ink mark. Done with the voting.
So they
Mm-hmm.
do the voting. We did
Yeah.
the Korean.
Yeah,
Korea.
the stamping on
Yeah.
the
Officials fanning out across a massive country to help hundreds of millions vote. Every part of this, the symbols, the eloquence, the
Symbols.
votes, the machines, shows how hard it is to make sure that everyone in the country this large can
I just can't even imagine the
Yeah.
committee
without going more
of election has to
Yeah.
prepare, right? Okay.
Oh,
so-
very interesting.
That was really great.
I never thought they would vote directly.
Mhm.
So 800 million people are eligible to vote.
900.
900 million.
That's
How do you? Wow.
20 times around of
Of
Korean population.
Wow. Okay. That's very interesting.
It's great to see that like 80% of them actually participate in voting process.
I was surprised that India people are really into the politics. They're really they vote
Yeah.
almost everything. So
Because like, I was in the United States,
yeah.
and the university students they encourage students to vote, but that's just obviously because that's what the college students do, right?
Yes.
But I don't think like everyone like is so dedicated on voting process. It depends on countries.
Yeah.
But India, I can understand why people
Yeah.
call it the largest democratic nation.
Yeah. And it's very interesting to see the team travels
Mhm.
all around India, the island and the mountains.
So they were in helicopters,
Yeah.
motorcycles,
Camels,
bike, camel,
elephants.
elephants,
Yeah.
car,
Wow.
basically train everything.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
That's why they were look so tired.
I hope they get a good vacation after election.
Hopefully.
But they have to count, come back and count.
I mean, I don't think they will be doing the counting. I'm sure there will be like a
Another
counting station. So they deliver the box
and then go to
to
Maldives to
no
get some
to
rest.
phase 2.
Phase 2.
And phase 3 and then phase 4.
There were phase 6.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Wow.
next phase, and then they have to be prepared for
Yeah.
situations until the election is completely over. I mean, I don't think they can have a break. Yeah.
I think it's very interesting given that in Korea we have similar process and we have an election coming up in May.
So election usually
April?
ends in
April.
ends in 2 days, 1 or 2
One
days.
day.
1 day, right?
Yeah.
Then
Then-
there's like preliminary voting
Yeah.
for people who cannot vote on that day. Yeah.
So we vote on a day and then we start counting at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
and we get the result like in midnight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we don't have that much population.
50 million,
Yeah.
but India 900 million. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great.
So kudos to people who are dedicating their lives and their career to support for democracy. Mhm.
Yeah.
So what did you think, Junu?
Are you okay?
I was surprised. how the world's biggest country
Yeah.
runs the vote.
Yeah. All right. So it's very interesting video, and it's good to know about India,
That's right.
other than Indian entertainment and the travel. So let's learn more about Indian politics, the
Yeah,
system,
that's right.
education, and all the different aspects. Okay.
So obviously we weren't taking sides on a specific party, but we just wanted to learn the process
Yeah,
because the election is coming. The largest democratic election is coming. It's just,
It's a big,
just a
big
few
thing.
months.
Yeah.
So it's
Big event in the world.
yeah, it's really important for world affair as well
Yeah.
on how India does because it's
Yeah.
going to be the new superpower.
This year is very important for the world.
I mean,
there's a
There's
US election,
US,
Korean
Korea,
election.
there have been
India election,
Taiwan,
yeah.
there was France
Yeah.
and Germany, right?
Yeah.
It was just a crazy thing.
Hopefully,
crazy world
We'll
changes.
go with the peaceful way.
We won't know until next year
Okay.
because the change doesn't happen very quickly, right?
Oh, okay.
So let's see how world turns out in year 2025.
Okay.
Okay, hopefully for the better.
All right. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on our next video.
Bye bye.